Tina, what did you do first? You took the square root? Raise your hand if you took the square root. Tina, what's next? So what should I write? X plus 2 equals... so you decided to make it a decimal, which is fine. But I would, it's best if you leave it as a radical, because that would be an exact answer. We'll talk about that in a second. There's something very important over here, Tina. When we take the square root of both sides, we're supposed to put something right there. Anytime that you take the square root of an equation when there's an equal sign, you have to have a plus or minus there. Go ahead and, Tina, finish the problem. That's okay. So what did you do next algebraically? And where would the 2 go? Does it go to the left or to the right? Now, I tell my students not to put it on the right because it might look like the 2's on the inside of the radical, so go ahead and put it on here on the left. So now we're going to have x equals negative 2 plus or minus radical 5. Raise your hand if you got that as your answer. Now let's talk about when to use the calculator and when not to use the calculator. In this problem, it is a radical, so let's write next to it. Everyone say exact answer. This is actually a better answer, because if you actually do put in your calculator, you'll be rounding. So rounding answers is if you round it to a decimal. So the one student came up to me and asked me, they asked, what's an exact answer? An exact answer normally has either a radical sign in it. Let's put a symbol, radical, or a fraction. So if you do run into this problem, I will specify in your test. I'll say, give me an exact answer. In class, if it says an exact answer, you should have a radical sign or a fraction. If I say round to the nearest tenth, then what do you use? Then you'll actually use your calculator to estimate your answer. Does that make sense?